Let me ask you something. Do you believe your mind can heal your body? I mean, really heal it. Not just a headache, but something catastrophic, like a shattered spine. Well, today we're diving into the incredible true story of Dr. Joe Dispenza, a man who had to answer that very question for himself, and his life depended on it. His story starts with a single, violent moment.
So picture this. It's 1986. Dr. Dispenza is in Palm Springs competing in a triathlon. He's just finished the swim, he's on his bike, and then, out of nowhere, his entire world changes. As he's making a turn, a Bronco just plows into him from behind. He's launched into the air, lands hard, and gets dragged down the road before the truck even stops. Just brutal.
And at the hospital, the news is about as bad as it gets. He didn't just break a bone, he had compression fractures in 6 of his vertebrae. We're talking from his shoulder blades all the way down to his kidneys. One of them, the T8 vertebrae, was over 60% collapsed, smashed. And tiny bone fragments were pushing right up against his spinal cord. The outlook was, to put it mildly, grim. So the doctors came to him with basically 2 terrible choices. Option 1, a huge surgery. They'd implant what's called a Harrington rod, basically screwing 2 foot-long steel rods to his spine. The catch? He'd likely be disabled and in chronic pain for the rest of his life. Option 2, do nothing and wait for his spine to collapse, which would mean certain paralysis from the chest down. There was no good answer here. So faced with this impossible choice, Dr. Dispenza did something different. He made a third choice, one that every expert told him was completely insane. He said no to the surgery. He decided to put his faith not in the medical world, but in something else entirely.
He chose to bet on this innate intelligence inside all of us. You know, the power that's beating your heart right now, digesting your food, and doing trillions of things a second without you even thinking about it. His logic was pretty simple. If this power is smart enough to create a body from 2 cells, then surely it's smart enough to heal one. He just had to figure out how to talk to it.
And his plan? It was radical, and it took an incredible amount of discipline. Lying face down for hours every single day, he started this process of mental reconstruction. He'd connect with that inner intelligence, give it a super detailed blueprint of a perfectly healed spine. And then, and this is the hard part, he'd surrender the outcome. He had to trust it completely. And maybe hardest of all, he became the gatekeeper of his own mind. Not a single negative or fearful thought was allowed.
And the result? It was honestly nothing short of a miracle. Just 10 weeks later, Dr. Joe Dispenza walked out of his house and back in his life, completely healed. No surgery, no steel rods, no chronic pain. He literally rebuilt his own spine using his mind. But here's the thing, his story isn't just some freak occurrence. It's a powerful demonstration of something we all have inside of us. Yeah, this incredible power isn't just for Dr. Dispenza. Science is actually full of these mind-bending examples of how our thoughts can create real physical change, for better, and sometimes for worse. You've probably heard of it, the placebo effect. So let's just jump right in with a wild question. What if a surgeon just pretended to operate on you? Could you actually get better? The answer is going to blow your mind. So check this out. A study by a Dr. Bruce Mosley took a group of people with really bad knee pain. He split them into 3 groups. 2 groups got the standard knee surgery, but the third group, they got a sham surgery. The surgeon literally just made a few small cuts on their knee and then pretended to do the operation. And the results were staggering. The placebo group, the fake surgery group, reported the exact same pain relief and improved mobility as the people who got the real thing. Their belief was the medicine. But belief, it's a double-edged sword. If a positive belief can heal you, what do you think a negative one can do? This is the dark side of the placebo effect. It's called the nocebo effect. Take the tragic story of a man named Sam Lond. He was diagnosed with terminal esophageal cancer and told he only had a few months to live. And everyone believed it. He believed it, his family believed it, his doctors, everyone. And he died right on schedule. But the autopsy? The autopsy revealed something stunning. The diagnosis was wrong. He only had a tiny spot of cancer, totally non-lethal. He didn't die from the disease, he died from the belief that he was dying. And you see this power everywhere. In one study on antidepressants, a whopping 38% of people taking a placebo, literally just a sugar pill, said they felt significantly better. And it wasn't just in their heads. Their brain scans showed real, physical changes in their brain activity, the same kinds of changes you'd see in someone taking the actual drug. Okay, so how is any of this possible? How can a simple thought or a belief create these huge physical changes? Well, the answer is inside this incredible chemical factory that we all have running inside of us.
It's like this. Every single thought you think, every emotion you feel, it creates a chemical reaction. These chemicals are like little messengers that talk to your cells and even your DNA. So when you feel happy, your brain releases one cocktail of chemicals. When you feel stressed or afraid, it releases a totally different one. You basically have this amazing internal pharmacy that gives you the exact drugs that match whatever is going on in your head.
Dr. Dispenza really boils this all down to two fundamental states of being. And these aren't just moods, they are distinct biological realities. Each one has its own chemical signature that directly affects your health. So on one side, you've got the survival emotions. Think fear, anger, guilt. When you're in that state, your body is pumping out stress hormones like cortisol. It's the whole fight or flight thing, right? Great for running from a lion, but when we live there all the time, it steals energy from growth and repair, leading to dis-ease. But on the other side, you have elevated emotions like gratitude, love, and joy. These feelings release a whole different cocktail of chemicals, ones that promote growth, repair, and long-term health. This is the state where healing happens. So what does all this mean for you and me? It means that the power that healed Dr. Dispenza, the power that made that fake surgery work, it isn't some kind of magic trick. It's a built-in ability that we can actually learn to use on purpose. The writer Norman Cousins put it perfectly. He's a guy who famously used laughter to help heal himself from a crippling disease. He said, "The power isn't in the pill. The most powerful prescriptions are the ones our own bodies write and fill, based on the messages we're sending from our minds." And that's the real takeaway here. The placebo isn't the super pill. You are the placebo. The healing doesn't come from something outside of you. The power to change your body's chemistry, to turn on new genes, and to create a whole new reality for yourself is a natural ability that is sitting inside every single one of us, just waiting to be woken up. Which leaves us with one final, really big question. If your mind can do all of this by accident, just imagine for a second, what could it do on purpose?